Good morning, good morning, good morning, dear people. Let's get it going. Get your coffee ready. We're going to talk about understanding marketing, the basic understanding of marketing. And at the end, I'm going to give you some tips. Like and share live. This is a free basic marketing class to gain a better understanding of marketing. So, like and share. Let's roll with it this morning. Impromptu. Been planning to do it, but we got to get our videos up again. I free education to my peeps. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know where you're from. Where are you from? We're going to be talking about marketing this morning. Basic understanding of marketing. Got a whole presentation for you guys. So hit the like button, share. Let's roll. Grab our morning coffee. Keep it going. Talking about marketing, basic marketing 101. This AM. Get my coffee going for y'all. Understanding marketing. The basics. And I'm gonna leave y'all with 10 tips on marketing too. At the end of it. Here's a little coffee this morning. Like and share. Like and share. That's all you gotta do. We're gonna get started in a minute. In a minute. In a minute. Basic understanding of marketing. Let's roll. That's what we're talking about. So like and share. Like and share. To give you a taste of what we're doing, what we're going to be doing in our membership. It's going to be a little bit more detailed there, but nevertheless, I'm still giving y'all some insight and information. Some of y'all might know this. If you know it, if you're a marketing expert, then great. Maybe you can ask good questions to help stimulate most people. Small business owners struggle with marketing because it's expensive. Well, I think it's less expensive if you have an understanding of it. And most of the time, people have not taken the time to explain what marketing is. Good morning, Kizzy. I'm about to unleash information on people. Kind of got my feet back settled again. I've been missing in action for a while, but I'm back. Let's do this. I'm gonna help y'all save money by learning to do some things on your own. And also learn how to spend your money when you need to spend it with the right people. So this is a basic understanding of the market. So get your coffee and get ready. Like. Hit the like button and share. If you got a small business owner friend that you think could benefit from having a conversation about marketing, understanding marketing better, this is the time to do it. And the other time, you can always do membership on my website where we'll get more detail, which we'll be doing that soon. And it's a 30-day free trial too. So in case you didn't know, 30 days, and afterwards, $7.99. So it's cheap, cheaper than a combo. But get started. Like and share. Like and share. Come on in, beautiful people. Let's go. Y'all want to learn about marketing? Look, I don't care if you have a business, thinking about having a business, whatever your business status is, this is the live for you to be on. This live here. I'm going to give y'all some free tips at the end. So don't worry, it's not going to be longer than necessary, but I'm going to give y'all some free tips about marketing and some things you need to be doing for your own marketing, right? What we do know is that when we talk about marketing, marketing can be a very expensive thing. The Super Bowl proved it, right? It always proves it. It's 30 seconds was $7 million for a commercial in the Super Bowl. And that was just one form of marketing that a lot of these companies did. They spend money on other things, but how many of us can actually afford $7 million? Let's just be real. Most of us, at least I think probably all of us, we're not at that level yet. We're not at the level of being able to spend $7 million. But the truth of the fact is, it takes money to make money in marketing. But before it takes money, you'll spend a lot of money when you don't have knowledge. Let's say that. A lot of people, make mistakes. And they blow through money or they get scammed because nobody gave them the true knowledge of what they should be spending marketing dollars on or their money period for your business. Sometimes we're buying a bunch of stuff that's useless. One thing that I love doing with my clients is trying to tailor solutions based on their budget. And most of the solutions I'm going to provide are usually going to have some form of education with it because look, I'm just going to be real. I don't want to tie and pacify clients. You got your clients and you're sitting down and you're milking them to stay on your side. I don't do that. I'm trying to empower my clients so that they can do things on their own. And if they do things on their own, they get better. Offer other services that kind of grow with my clients. So that's my whole ideology behind my business growth. So I'm about to start a presentation about the basic understanding of marketing. I take my morning medications and I get my coffee. So, boom. Welcome aboard Impromptu. And for those that are members, I'm going to take this recording and download it and upload it into the membership section of our website. We do have a forum, a news feed, and a whole 9 yards where you can comment and do all those things. So members will be able to play this back when we're done for your own benefits. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is this is called a basic understanding of marketing, right? I think that if you have a basic understanding of what marketing is, the dynamics, you'll be able to allocate your monies where they need to go and your effort. Marketing can sound like it's very, very complicated beast, but it's not. It's more time consuming than it is complicated. But remember, what the ideology of marketing is to get you additional opportunities to sell your product or services. The sales part is on you. That's a whole nother training. But marketing is how do we get them? How do we bring people in? Marketing is a complicated beast when you don't know the segments. And I've done this with some people before, and I'm going to do it again today. So for marketing, right, here's the things you need to understand about marketing. I'm going to tell you a story as we're going through it. It's called the marketing service. So let's roll. All right, so the marketing, the first thing, right, is market research. If a circus, I'm going to give you an example. If a circus was coming and you went looking for a site to pitch the big top, it's called market research, right? That's when you go looking for what's the best place for me to do whatever I'm doing. What's the best place for my product to be on display? What's the best place for my services to be known, right? That could be billboards. It could be on the radio. It can be social media. It could be a combination or a hodgepodge of all of those particular things. So, but you have to do the research, right? See if whatever you're offering is it's on that platform that you're going to choose. If it is in the area, like some businesses might not fare well by launching a whole campaign on the radio. Some might not do well on the billboard. Some might not do as well on social media. You have to figure out where your audience is, right? So by doing that, market research, right? Let's talk about what the definition of market research is. Market research is the process, I'm going to read the definition to you, of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting. So there's three components to market research. Gather the information, analyze the information, and interpret the information. Now, this only works if you have some type of understanding of the information gathering and know what to gather. That's why sometimes people need help. Sometimes you might need to hire somebody to just do the market research. Tell them what you're looking for. Let them do all of the work. If that's not your forte, it's not a bad thing if it's not your forte. It just means that you need to make sure you have somebody attached to you that can help you with that. So, it's about a market, including the information about the target market, consumers, competition, and the overall industry. So, most of the time I found that business owners are not well versed in their industry. They don't know who their competition is. And when I say competition, I don't mean that in an aggressive way. It means there's other people who are gathering or trying to get market share, or they're going after the same people you're going after. So you got to figure out what's happening in your particular area or the area that you're trying to do your business in. So that's important. It helps businesses understand market needs, size, and trends to make information or informed decisions, right? So you got to know what the trends are. Oftentimes people are not well versed in what the trends are in that particular season of their business. Some things do better in other seasons or times of the year than what other businesses do. Perfect example, right? So jewelry manufacturers, they know that during Valentine's and around the Christmas holidays, that's where they make the bulk of their money. So they plan their marketing strategies around knowing their season. Notice there's a time of the year when you see certain commercials for certain jewelry companies, and there's a time of year you don't really hear much from them because they know what their seasons are. So that all comes from market research, looking at the data, the available analytics as to what happens in their particular product or the services that they're offering. So it behooves you, yes, when you start a business, you still have to act as if you're in school. You have to always study the market, look at the research. So if you have a particular product you want to sell, it's best for you to kind of look at who's selling this, who's doing this, and how are they doing it. Get that information and then look at your own capabilities and resources before you come up with a plan. So market research, right? So if the circus was coming and you went looking for a site to pitch the big time, you went looking where you should do it, that's called market research. If you painted a sign before the circus came to town announcing circus coming to town on Saturday, then that's advertisement, right? So now, advertisement, definition of advertisement. Advertising is the form of communication intended to persuade an audience, the viewers, the readers, or listeners. So notice what we just said. There's viewers, there's readers, and then there's listeners. Know the difference, people. So advertising is a form of communication intended to persuade an audience to purchase or take action on products, ideas, or services. It involves the dissemination of information through various media to attract and engage a specific target audience. Y'all heard that? To a specific target audience, a specific group of people. Notice, when you put out an advertisement, you're not trying to get every single person on the planet. Nobody can do that. And most of us don't have enough money to even do that. It's to get a specific group of people. And why you want a specific group of people? Because the conversion ratio is definitely higher with a specific group of people. So, the question, let's say that you do screen printing for shirts. One thing you want to do is you want to know which specific group of people are looking for shirts. Now, you're going to get the randoms that might come to you, but can you collaborate your efforts with people who are always looking for that, like a baseball team, like sports, right? What about the sports team? You know, it's Little League season. You know they're going to need uniforms. Are you connected to those people? So, and when you put an advertisement out, does your advertisement align with those particular group of people and their behaviors and their interests? something to do, right? Sometimes we just make a flyer, we just throw it out there and say, hey, this is for sale. We don't make sure that the flyer has people or content or wording that lines up with the audience and their interests, right? So like I might do that. Maybe I'm printing on shirts and I might have a little league kid and I'm highlighting his uniform. It's the kind of things you want to do. Make sure that whoever you're reaching for, that's who you're advertising with primarily. And you'll get the lanyard. The extra people will come because of quality work if you have great quality work. But make sure that your advertisement lines up and it looks exciting to the group of people that you're giving it to. Don't just throw anything out there. Look, people are critical. This is the truth. In advertisement, people can be critical. So make sure that if you're making commercials, if you're making flyers, you're making any type of graphics, it looks as good as possible. The truth is, most people are not going to come up to you and tell you, hey, that's ugly, that's horrible. Instead, they're just going to turn away from you and not going to be engaged into your product or service. So make sure that you're giving your all and that whenever you're giving a graphic, let me give you an example. Like when you're doing a flyer, right? Some average flyer by someone who's not in the graphic design industry is too busy. This guy, it says too much words. The goal of you doing a flyer for your advertisement is very simple. It's to grab the person's attention, excite, and then invite. Where do they go? Where do you want them to go in order to participate in your service? Are they booking an event? Or are they soliciting a service from you? Or are they buying a product? Wherever that's been, so that's where you want to direct them in your graphics. So your graphics don't, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So your graphics don't have to have all this wording on it, breaking down. Look, the bottom line is notice. People don't really care to read. So you want to make sure that your advertising is coming through on 100. Boom. So if you put the sign on the back of an elephant and march it through town, then that's promotion, right? So now what we're doing is we got a sign, but now we want to really get someone's attention. How do we do that? You put the sign on the elephant's back. So the definition of promotion is as such. Promotion refers to the set of marketing activities aimed at increasing awareness, interest, and sales of a product or service. A lot of times we don't think about a comprehensive plan that says, let me get people's attention before I say everything, right? So notice you don't walk around with a picture of the circus. You get the elephant to let everybody know because the elephant has everybody's attention. Sometimes you have to take an aspect of what you have and highlight it before everybody else. So that's what you're doing, right? So it involves communicating information about the product, the brand, or the company to potential customers to influence their perceptions and encourage them to make a purchase. So you have to really ask the question, when you're promoting, you're trying to elevate whatever it is that you do. You're trying to show them a reason that they should be buying it. So a promotion, it takes energy and effort. It takes you having the ability to say why me. Because you got to remember that people have a sea of options, so why buy from you? So that's what your promotional stuff is going to be. Promotions can include various strategies and tools such as advertising, sales promotions, public relations, direct marketing. So promoting your product means how do we get it into the front of your mind? Sometimes, some commercials put babies in it. Some of them use humor. Whatever you choose to do something that gets the attention of your target audience. This is why the target audience is very, very important for you to know, because then you can actually design your promotions around what their interests are. Notice the Super Bowl knows that people like comedy, so what they did is they make sure most of their commercials are humorous. That's what keeps people happy. That's what keeps the audience going, because people are excited at that time of the year. That's why they do it. You don't see too many very serious commercials during the Super Bowl. So make sure your promotions are considering the behaviors and the interests of your target audience as well. Hope this makes sense to y'all. At the end, you can ask questions as well, too. Or you can ask in here and we'll come back to them. So if the elephant knew with the sign on his back traveled through the mayor's garden and it makes the evening news, that's publicity. Oftentimes what small businesses tend to do is we tend to bypass the benefits of getting on something like your news station in the morning. You know, in my city, we have a show called Pops by Two, and they tend to highlight a lot of events and businesses. And it would behoove you to kind of get your little script together in your city and see if you can get on the local news. Oftentimes, what people are doing is they're relying totally on social media, but the algorithms have shifted. It's not very easy to get some traction unless you're going to spend the money it takes. So, can you get on your local news? Can you get on a local radio station? What can you do locally to really get their attention? Is there an event in which you're allowed to speak and display your product and services? These are all things you can do at minimal expense to make sure that people understand who your brand is and what your company is. Look, I'm gonna tell you this: when you're running a business, it's not time to be bashful. Get as much publicity as you can, getting yourself in front of the entire public domain that you want to reach out to. Dominate your local market. This is where you get a chance to test it, right? A lot of time people want to jump to the world market and haven't dominated their local market. Try your local market. And I'm not talking about your friends and family because that's the person that's going to probably spend the least amount of money with you. Try to get strange people to learn who you are and try to make a good and lasting impression. So publicity is helpful. If you know any public officials, yeah, be friends. Learn to be friends with people. Introduce yourself, shake some hands, and make sure they know. When you shake a strange person's hand, you should be shaking their hand and telling them what it is that you offer for a living. If you're going into business full time, if you want to grow this thing, do that. Make sure that you talk to influential people as well. It really, really helps. Public relations. If you get the mayor to laugh about it, then that's public relations. So you don't want to just introduce yourself to public people of influence. You also want to get them to, like I said, make a lasting impression. What about you is memorable? What about your product is memorable? What about your services are memorable? You want to think about how can I make that kind of impression on somebody and get a reaction. The key is getting a reaction. And once you get a reaction from the public, that's what causes a build of public relations for you. So think about that. So here's the definition. Public relations refers to the strategic communication process that organizations use to build and manage relationships with the public, media, and their stakeholders. So, ask yourself, what kind of relationship does your brand and your business have with the general public? That's very important. You want to know, and you want to know how they view you, because how they view you is very important to them promoting the sale of your products as well. Okay, market segmentation, right? I love this. If you deliberately, here's the thing, if you deliberately, the word deliberately, say it with me, type it in the comment section, deliberately. Lead the elephant past schools through residential neighborhoods, that's market segmentation. So let me break down what market segmentation is, by definition. Market segmentation is a process of dividing a broad consumer or business market, normally consisting of existing and potential customers into subgroups, right? So that's known as segments. So you have a city, you have a neighborhood, you have a side of town, wherever you're doing business with, and then you're able to segment those particular people into little groups. That way you can actually get your effort where you need to go. If you notice in this example, right, it says elephants pass schools and through residential neighborhoods. Here's the segment. In schools lie the kids, and kids love circuses. So you want to make sure that you got their attention. And I'm going to tell you a company that did this real good and got in trouble for it. And then you go through neighborhoods where you have the families and the parents and the homeowners who have the buying power to bring those kids. So what you do is the elephant walking in that particular area deliberately is meant to excite the kids and also provoke the parents, right? The company who did this real well and got in trouble for it was McDonald's. McDonald's, when they created it, they were just selling hamburgers, had a nice routine. Somewhere, they devised a marketing plan that actually said, hey, let's get the kids involved. So they came out with Ronald McDonald the Clown, Grimace, the Hamburglar, and tons of characters. Then they put playgrounds, and then they came out with this thing called the Happy Meal, right? So they come out with this thing called the Happy Meal. That's what you have. You have a bunch of kids who don't have a job begging their parents to take them to McDonald's. The parents are the ones with the buying power. So now the advertisements are both. We have Happy Meals and we have Big Macs. So they did a double impact. Bad news about that was that that marketing plan worked and McDonald's became one of the biggest restaurants, fast food restaurants in U.S. history and international history, to say the least. But because of the high influx and consistent volume in which people were buying in kids, there became this issue of obesity. And with obesity, there was a lawsuit. And then McDonald's had to shift their whole appearance and how to look a little bit more adult-like. And they got rid of the playgrounds and got rid of the clown, got rid of a whole lot of things. But it was a great example if you look at it, the process of market segmentation, which is breaking it down so that they both. Like for example, let's say that you sell a product that women could enjoy, but it would probably best be fit if her significant other would buy it. You would want to create a promotional theme where you might be doing something to provoke him to want to get it for her. So a lot of times when when women sell products, they advertise strictly to the women. And the only time that they use market segmentation is during certain seasons, certain holidays, right? Sometimes they guys get your girl. That's market segmentation, right? You're provoking the guys to get it for the ladies. So you have two particular subgroups of people that you have to deal with. Yes, it gets that deep, right? So when the town's residents come to your circus and show them the array of games, treats, and entertainment stalls, explain how much fun they'll have enjoying the circus performers. Answer their questions about the attraction and ultimately spend their hard-earned money at your circus that sells. So, look, once you do all of the things that we talk about, market research, the advertisement, the promotion, the market segmentation, you still have to show up and show out with your product. You can't let the foot off the gas. The sales, all those other efforts prior to that got them there, got them to your website, got them to your inbox, got them to your farmer's market, got them to your store, got them wherever. And then now you still have the responsibility of selling. Here's the trick. Don't expect your marketing efforts to make the sale for you. I'm going to let you process what I just said. Don't expect your marketing efforts to make the sale for you. It's only to get you the opportunity. The problem is some people get so anxious, they try to make the sale out there during the marketing. You're supposed to just get their attention. That's why I tell people sometimes people's marketing is not well thought out. It's too wordy. It's not strategic. It needs to be simple and manageable and get them where you can actually make the sale. You know this. If you start a business, you better understand you're the best salesperson you have. It's your vision. It's your product. It's your craftsmanship. It's your handiwork. And you want to get people in front of you. The more people you have in front of you, the better off you'll be. You didn't get this vision. God did not give you a vision for you to quit. Just because he gives us a vision doesn't mean there's not some learning that we have to do. And you need to learn as much as possible in order to make it grow. Now, for those that are just hustling the business, hey, you probably just like whatever happens, and that's fine. But for those that really genuinely want to grow their business, they want this for the long term. They want to leave their jobs. They want to leave a legacy for those that are important to them. Then you got to start brushing up on this. And look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You can go to school to get a business degree, but it doesn't teach you how to build a business. It just teaches you how to climb the corporate ladder. That's what it does. It teaches you how to work within the parameters and the framework of some other business. If you want to learn how to grow a business, start a business and grow a business, then this is the kind of information you're going to need. This right here. And I'm going to tell you this. Along the way, you're going to need funding. But guess what the problem is? Funding doesn't matter if you don't have a product or a service that people are willing to pay for. multiple times over. That's the key to it, right? You can blow through a lot of money when you don't have a proven concept. Marketing, learning about marketing helps you get your concepts out there and show that you can actually sell it and get the opportunity. This is important. This is one of the things that when you grow your business and you go to bank for loan, this is one of the things that you can get money for. Is for marketing, which means you need a plan. And I help people with marketing plans. Now, if you created, keyword created, plan, and manage all those activities that we just listed, then that's called marketing, guys. Marketing is not this, I just posted on social media, I made a flyer. It's a combination of several things. All of these things are marketing steps. It's a combination of many things. And if you do that stuff consistently and on a regular basis and unwavering, you're going to have what's called measurable marketing, where you can see what worked and what didn't work. Because look, the truth is, you may try some things with marketing and it just doesn't work. There's many aspects, and we haven't deep dived into them, but something as simple as you might have a product. Sometimes it's not, the labels are not great. Sometimes the container's not great. Sometimes the packaging is not great. Sometimes maybe the way you fix the food doesn't look as appealing as it should. It could be little things that are impacting your business that you should really consider. So you need a study group sometime. You need a group of people that you can go to and have them analyze and give earnest feedback about your product without feeling like it's a character assassination. So marketing gets a little bit deeper than the average person wants to admit. And if you really want it to work, then you got to ask, how does this look? How does it make you feel? Because the brand makes them feel a certain way, the market makes them behave a certain way. It's just the way it is. So, this is the part that a lot of people like to hear. This is my list of top 10 limited budgeted marketing ideas. I'm going to tell you 10 things you can do when you don't have a ton of money. I hope this makes sense to you. 10 things you can do when you don't have a ton of money. So now you want to get your pen and your paper out. You want your pen and paper. Some of these are awesome. Most of these you should know. But it doesn't hurt to hear certain things to get you ramped up, right? So, but before we go over the top 10, I'm going to need y'all to hit that like button. And write hashtag FYP. Or hashtag marketing. How about that? Both of them. FYP and hashtag marketing. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to talk about the top 10 things. Top 10 limited budget marketing ideas. So we're going to talk about the top 10 things you can do or should be doing when you have a small business as far as marketing is concerned. Let's roll. Hit the like button. Top 10 limited budget marketing ideas. It's important to talk about the fact that, not everyone has $1 million to invest in advertisement. Some of us don't have $1,000 a month. We don't have $500 a month. So what can we do to market that's within your control? Because I know a lot of business don't like to be in control. All right, so check it out. Marketing on a limited budget can be a challenge, and we all know that. It's no secret, because you'll hear all these ideas and you see all this great stuff. You see what all these big companies are doing, and you see commercials on TV, and if you ever heard an advertisement on the radio, then of course what happens is you call in and they tell you how much they want you to pay, and it's a pain in the butt because you don't always have the money, right? So number one on top of the list, social media marketing, right? You want to utilize platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn to engage with your audience. Now, the one that you should spend the time with should be the one that matches your business best, right? Facebook is kind of like the hodgepodge, the overall Walmart of social media. You can do a little bit of everything. Instagram is more for visual. People really rely on the visual effects of Instagram, the pictures. TikTok, it kind of benefits to go live and make some quick videos with music based. LinkedIn is the more professional. It's not. It's kind of like I call it Facebook for adults. There's a much more refined content on there, and it's business owners and decision makers. So think about which medium or platform works best when you're engaging your audience. And you can do targeted advertising because they collect enough analytics and data on the demographics of people for you to be very specific. So you can kind of control the amount of money you spend. You can go in there and say $20 over a certain period of time, and you can go ahead and make sure your product is out there. So social media marketing is one of the things you can do and you should do. Now, for those of you that are aiming to do stuff free, understand that the algorithms are shifting right now. It's not allowing you to let people see your post or your content right away. So you want to be very, very careful with your social media and make sure that you got to pay to play to some degree. You just don't have to spend a bunch of money. It's probably one of the most cost-effective forms of advertisement that you can do. Is social media. The next thing is content marketing. Content marketing, right? Create valuable content such as blog posts, videos, infographics that provide value to your target audience. Notice that whatever marketing you're doing should be aimed towards your target audience. Sometimes people make content that doesn't appeal to the buyer with the most capability to purchase from you, right? This can help improve your SEO as well. Your content. People don't know that how well you write your content has an impact on your SEO or your visibility that attracts people to your website. Just putting anything out there, look, blurry pictures, misaligned websites, bad languaging, bad wording, misspells, all of those things impact SEO. Because at the end of the day, your web presence or your content gets ranked and it gets pushed down. So when people are searching organically, as most of us do, then that's how you actually ensure that it's done right. So in other words, use excellence whenever you run your business and you want it to grow. So go in there with a fine-tooth comb as much as possible. And if that's not your forte, look, some people are not good writers. Some people are not good designers. Somebody on your team that can, or pay someone to actually do that. My company, that's what we do for people. We try to help them come up with simple, creative content. There's tons of tools you can use today. One thing that I can tell you, a free tip, is use friggin' ChatGPT. Now, the key to that is ChatGPT is only as good as the prompting that you can do. So if you don't write well, you don't have a large vocabulary, you don't know the languaging or the words to actually get what you want, then you hire somebody like me to do that. But other than that, you can do a lot of this yourself, and you can watch videos. Show you where you can get some video, where you will be able to get videos in the near future to help you become the better version of you as far as your marketing efforts with your business. Now, next thing is email marketing, right? Collect emails from your customers and prospects and send them regular updates, promotions, and valuable information. Oftentimes, you find a lot of business owners are not very good at collecting data, right? People in your social media inbox, that's fine that they're there, but guess what you don't have? You don't have the necessary information. Putting their information in your phone is probably not the best or the most ideal situation as far as email marketing. You can't do it there. You want a place where you have a CRM, a customer relation management system, that you can actually directly send information. Now, keep this in mind. It's going to cost a little money. It's not going to be what I consider expensive. It's going to cost money. Once you start emailing people, make sure that the frequency in which you email people is not overwhelming for them, because I'm one of those people. You send me too many emails in one day, I'm probably going to unsubscribe, and you'll never email me again. If you're not putting the right wording in your email, then emails bounce. Servers, they're looking for certain word counts. There's software out there that can measure your word count and see if you're triggering spam. So there's a lot of things even within the email marketing that people should know. And I'll probably do a video eventually talking about the top things to consider when you're putting together an email campaign and what people are looking for. Next thing is number 4 on the list is referral marketing. Encourage your satisfied customers to refer new customers to your business. This is something that you can do. A lot of times we'll do the transaction, right? Provide the service or the product, and you pay me, and then you tell me, love it, I'm happy. The next thing is, did you ask for referrals? When I say asking for referrals, once again, don't be hesitant on asking for contact information, people. If you have a good customer, chances are they're surrounded by good people, so you want to get to those people as quick as possible. MLMs do it all the time. The first thing they tell you, hey, if you're going to sell whatever we offer, whether we're selling our insurance, whether we're selling our services or our products, hey, give us a list of the top 20 people that you know, friends and family. They do that automatically. As a business owner, you should do it with different intentions. Your intentions is just not to recruit them. That's the difference, right? MLMs recruit people. That's where they pick their money. But a business wants to sell their product or service. So don't be hesitant about getting your clients. And, well, you can even put in your email blast. I got to do one myself. My top clients, I want to sell to them. Hey, send me a list of people you think may be interested in this particular product or service that you were satisfied with. These are the type of things you want to do with your clients, right? You want to make sure that you're using referral marketing properly. The thing is, why you don't have a referral list out the wazoo is simply because you didn't ask. You're not asking for it. First question. Is it a good idea to offer a discount for referrals? That's an awesome idea, Miss Lynn. You can incentivize. It's what we call incentivizing, right? I'm a big fan of telling people stay away from the word discount as much as possible. Try to use words like incentivizing people, and you might put a discount in. Discount is what I do, but it's not what I say, if that makes sense, right? Incentivizing people to give you referrals is a good thing. You can give percentage off, you can give cash back, you can give a free service. There's several things you have to be creative about it. Whatever you do to get people to give you referral information or a lead magnet like a PDF. Yeah, absolutely. Jackie, what I definitely recommend is that people put together material, right? You can use lead magnets like a PDF to do that with people. But I would say, look, make it attractive too. And it's simple. Here's my rule of thumb for email marketing, content creation. Look, attractive and simple. You have to do it. Attractive, simple, in a video if possible. You do that, and you have to have it where the word is lead magnet. Make sure wherever you're leading them to, look just as good as the thing that got them there. That's the problem that a lot of businesses have, is sometimes they pay and they get these great flyers or advertisements or whatever, PDFs and the books, and you go to the website and it's trash. Or you get to their store and it's not well decorated. Make sure that your content matches the destination of the people that you're drawing in. That's very, very important, right? Now, number 5, SEO. Say it with me. Type it in the section. SEO. Please type SEO. Search engine optimization is something you can do to end up getting more clients. Optimize your websites and content for ranking higher in search engines. SEO is one of the most important things you can do with your website. Now, SEO is bigger than what people think. It's not just about writing metadata. It's not about doing just markups. It's about backlinks. It's about the structure of your website. It's about the optimization, about how your website reads whenever it's in a mobile, tablet, or screen views. Of course, you have wide screens, narrow screens, all of that. You want to check how your website looks and translates over to people whenever they're seeing it. Then you want to make sure that all the buttons are working, the links are working, right? I'll tell you one of the things I find on a lot of people's websites when I do an analysis. Find this. You actually click on the link to go to their social media and it doesn't go. Or you click on a link to go to a page and it goes to the wrong page, or it doesn't go to any page. Whenever your website has flaws like that, what ends up happening is you get lowered on the rankings of SEO by the search engines. A lot of people don't know that. You get lower, yes, you get lowered in the rankings in the search engines, right? So you want to make sure that your website is operating, laid out, and is written the way it should be. You should be able to find in the back end of your pages on your SEO, you should be able to find content that clearly explains what's going on that page and uses keywords that are words that people will use when they're searching for that particular thing that you have. Sometimes people don't have good keywording. Keywording, in case you don't know, is this. Keywording are the words that people will use to find your type of product or service. Sometimes, here's the catch, free tip. Ready? Sometimes it's not in your industrial language. So caught that? Sometimes we learn a language amongst us in our industry, but that language isn't the language of the average everyday person. So when you put the languaging that the people or the consumer uses, that helps improve your SEO. That's a secret tip right there. And when your SEO is on point, it improves your visibility. The first goal you should have in your SEO is to make sure that you can be found locally. And there's many things you can do to do that. There's platforms. You can do it the manual way. You can get on Google search engines, Google My Business, which is now Google Maps. Whenever I build websites, I offer the opportunity to do advanced SEO, and I connect your profile, your reviews. Oh, one of my tips, my secret tip, is I make sure that my clients write reviews on Google. It just makes sense, right? That they're writing reviews on Google where everybody is searching for the type of service I offer. So therefore, let me send them there. And then boom, it works hand in hand. Because of that, I'm always in the top 5 usually of search engines locally when it comes to my type of service. And the question is, do you know the name of the type of service you offer? Be specific, right? You want to try to make sure that you're visible, but you stand out as much as possible in the way you're doing it. Okay, number 6, local marketing. Leverage local directories like Google My Business and local networking events. A lot of times people they get away from the local market. Where in your community is there a market of businesses that people know? That could be, the question, hey, I got a question. Are you part of your Chamber of Commerce? Are you part of any business driven force in your community? If you are, then you're giving yourself better visibility. If not, then you're hurting yourself. If you sell a product, you should definitely try to find your local farmers market. Watch this. Then how about the nearest one? How about the nearest one? There's tons of online stuff, but the local market, you want to look at, you want to see what's happening in your city. A lot of cities have some website that's tied directly to their city that lets people know what's going on. But like I would say, get with your Chamber of Commerce, get with your Small Business Administration, and make sure that you can be found. And hey, there's also opportunity in places like the Better Business Bureau. So there's a lot of things you can do. Now that one's going to cost you money. You know that one for a fact. Influencer marketing. Collaborate with micro influencers in your niche who have a smaller but engaged audience. They often offer more affordable rates compared to larger influencers. Can help spread the word about your business. A lot of times we overlook the small influencers. I know you're looking for the person who has 100,000 followers, and that's the person you want to connect your product to or your service to, and you want to promote you. What if you had 10 smaller influencers with a smaller base? You could accomplish the same thing for less money by finding a smaller influence. There's nothing wrong with collaborating with people who do what you do. Make sure your agendas are in alignment because, hey, for me, I know I have competition, but I'm not competing against my competition. I'm trying to make sure my services are refined in its best. So when I market, I'm marketing what I do and I'm showing the evidence of that. Now, check this one out. Number 8, guerrilla marketing. How many of y'all heard of guerrilla marketing? Okay, so guerrilla marketing says you use unconventional, low-cost marketing tactics to capture the attention of your target audience in unexpected ways. This can include street art, viral social media campaigns, or public stunts. These are companies, businesses that go out and they do some radical things sometimes. Radical things. Like, for example, don't do this. Don't do it. Getting your logo spray painted on the side of a building. Think about that. Remember we talked about earlier about publicity? Getting your logo spray painted on the side of it. Get a graffiti artist to spray paint your logo on the side of a building. And then here it is, the news catches wind of that, and then now you're on TV. Your business, your brand's on TV. And what it does, it drives people to your website. This is guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing uses things that you did not expect. It does things that are abnormal. They're not the normal niche thing that we do that follows a guideline. It's something weird, like what stands out. You might get in a costume and go on a long walk. Whatever you do, it's guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing, and I'm gonna tell you this: guerrilla marketing is probably one of the most cost-effective and easiest things for a new business owner to do, especially when they don't know all of the steps in marketing and they don't have the capital they need. Now, guerrilla marketing is not something you should want to do continuously and for a long time because it's going to get played out. But it's a tactic. It's like a boom. Whoa, I can't believe they just did that, but you got their attention, right? So that's what you do. Guerrilla marketing. Pretty cool. Public stunts, social media campaigns, and street art. Things like that. Now, number 9, partnership and cross promotions. Partner with other businesses, people. This is another way of making sure that your product, your service can get its maximum exposures by partnering with other businesses. Very, very important for you to do. Make sure it's a business that complements your product and service. Okay, if you have hamburgers, then partner up with the French fry company. You got a hamburger, don't go partner up with the lumber company. It doesn't make sense to do that, right? So make sure that you're partnered up with a business that kind of works collaboratively with what you do. Number 10. Cannot stress this one enough. I'm a big fan of this one. Customer reviews and testimonials, right? Make sure that your customer reviews are somewhere that people can find them. Here's a flaw. Ready for the flaw? The only place you want your customer reviews is on your website. That's the only place, right? Customer reviews are best in a public forum that can be controlled by the platform, like Google reviews. To me, Google reviews is the it. That's what I've done. I've grown my reviews. I think I'm almost at 100 reviews. You want to make sure that your business is reviewed where everybody can find it. It just makes sense that where people are searching for whatever they're looking for, there's reviews if they can pull you up. So making sure that your customers have reviews on places like Google. Yelp has got the leverage. Not as strong as Google, but I kind of like Google. Social media reviews. Let me tell you the challenge with that. A business page and you're writing reviews. Here's the deal. Most people don't go onto a social media platform and search for the product or service they're looking for. You might see people commenting sometimes, saying, hey, looking for such and such. What they're not actively doing is going and searching, right? What you want to be, where you want to be is a place where people are searching for what it is that you do. And when they are there, when you're there, you could show up in the mix. And look, some of this takes time. The better off that the more you put into it, the more refined it becomes, the better off you are as a company, and you'll be found and you have higher visibility. Boom. So I'm going to go back and just read off the top 10 things that you can do with a limited budget for your marketing. Number 1, social media marketing. Number 2, content marketing. Number 3, email marketing. Number 4, referral marketing. Number 5, search engine optimization. Number 6, local marketing. 7, influencer marketing. 8, guerrilla marketing. 9, partnership and cross-platform. 10, customer reviews and testimonials. Now, here's the secret. That's the secret right there. So everything that you heard me mention, do an individual deep dive, and we'll be doing individual deep dive and some how-tos, do it yourself, specifics here. So on my website, www.penbusinesssolution.com, you can go to the top, as you can see. Let's see, right there on the top of it, it's subscribe now, and you can become a pen pal. I have pen pals, right? This is a platform. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the website in a second and show you. 30-day free trial. You come in there for 30 days, get in there, sign up, and then boom. So that is $7.99 a month. And here's what you get. I'm writing business articles, breaking down, writing a blog. I'm probably gonna write another one today. I'm going to be doing do-it-yourself business videos, right? So I'm going to show you how to do things. You want to start your business. I'm going to show you how to register your business at the state level. I'm going to show you where you get your EIN. We're just going to take you on a cruise through many things that you have to have as a business to get started. If you want to build your own website, I'll be showing website tutorials how to do that. I'll be showing you how to design your own logo. I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you how to do is design a trademarkable logo. Sometimes I do design with trademarkable logos, and I'll show you how to design it from scratch in my software, but I'm going to show you, most importantly, how you can design your own. There's no fear in me showing you how to do things yourself, and guess what? It'll hold you over to get started. All I want to do is make sure that you have enough information to get your business started this year. In 2024, you need to get your business started. If you need help getting your business started, then you contact me. But check it out. I also have a business social news feed, business networking groups, and guess what? Once you sign up, 10% discount on all services. I do have to send emails out to those people that have signed up already. Make sure that they are set and ready to go, and they got their code. I'm going to send an individual code out to each person that actually has. So whenever they book a service, when we pay a service, then they give them their code, and they're going to get a 10% discount on all services, whatever that we do. So what I'm going to do now, let's do this here. I'm going to pull up the website and show that to you. Get you on a little test drive. Boom! Here we go. So here is the subscription. So PBS members only. This is Pen Pals. This is a group of us, right? Because what happens is we can get lost in the shuffle. Videos that I do, they're going to be accessible here. Like anybody watching now, if you were hoping to get information, get insight, you want to play it back. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, fortunately, for free for 30 days, you can get in here and look at those videos and play them back at your own pace and your own rate. But that's that. And let's take you on a little drive. So when you get to the website, Pen Pals membership, right? So go to the news feed. So this is the forum, right? So we try to give positive insight. I'll come back to that. Try to give positive insight, and you can see all the people involved. So what I built is a network here. So there's somebody that actually does what you do, and they may be in your industry, and they can give some detailed specifics based on experience to you. Wouldn't you like to be in collaboration with those people? So you see all these people that are here. You can follow them just like on regular social media. It's all on my website, right? Then you have access to, let's go. So this is our news feed. So this is like a social media feed. As you can see, boom, you can check it out. Like I had a question I put, how do you remain positive? See, this could be your new hangout spot. This can be your whole new hangout spot. You don't have to hang out on social media that can get boring. And guess what? Everybody in here, you know they're going to see it. So here's the question, right? How do you remain positive? I wrote this little question list. Maintaining a positive outlook is crucial when initiating and expanding a business. What strategies do you employ to keep yourself balanced and focused throughout this process? Boom. Jackie greeted us. Boom. So we're getting people going. And we can break it down by category. So we can do a whole lot. We got business groups. So there's a specific group, right, that we're creating. Like if you notice here, Boom. If you want to talk about websites, you want to talk about marketing, branding, if you want to talk about t-shirt design, if you want to talk about consulting, we can make a group to have discussions that are focused on those particular things, right? So, and we create a post. And I put one here. What are some subjects you're interested in seeing explored in do-it-yourself videos? So this is going to become the running list of videos that I'm going to do for the members in our group. Boom. There's going to be online courses, and of course, when there's an online course, those that are members get a 10% discount. Just like that. And there's, of course, going to be business articles that we're writing. How to conduct market research. I just did one of those. Sent out an email blast letting people know the vital role of self-care. So write articles. We're just getting started, right? So as you can see, boom. How-tos. Telling everybody how to do what they need to do. And this is members only. And then do-it-yourself videos. Boom. We're going to have videos here. So we're going to have a whole lot of stuff going on. 30-day free trial. Join up. Welcome to Pen Pals. So that's my thing, peeps. This is one of my contributions to you guys. I want to see everybody successful this year in business, in the business world. Let's see if I got any questions. Armida, what's up, dude? How's it going? What is going on? That's my man's there. Yeah, I'm about to get back more active on this platform for everybody. Lottie-dottie, everybody. Today was a day that we just covered the marketing circus. Now we're closing out. I'm going to hang out a little bit, see who has any questions. You don't think I should make my presentation available to my members too? Should make we can download that. I might put that presentation in PDF form and make it where you can download that. That's what I might do. Yeah. What y'all think? Thanks, LaShonda. Solo Swing, how's it going? Yeah, I want to make the stuff available to members. If you already signed up as a member, we got several people that's members. If you already signed up as a member, when you get a chance, go in there and try to make sure your name is clear. Like some people have like a sharp name. You can have a Lynn J7919. If you can put your first and last name, or whatever name you're comfortable. I'm not demanding that. Whatever name you're comfortable with. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in where the members are at. I'm gonna put that where you can download those presentations too, as well. And when I'm done with this, I'm gonna upload this video, and it's gonna be where members can get to it. So it's gonna be a video. This video is definitely getting uploaded today. Boom. Okay. Yes. Great idea. Be dope. Yes, definitely. I want it to be dope. Definitely want it to be dope. Time to grow the business. What type of business you have, or you want to have if you don't have your business yet. You know what? While y'all are typing that, I'm going to turn this presentation into a PDF right now. But I'm going to be doing a video on domain soon too. Everything you need to know about a domain. You know what happens is people, they stop researching and gaining an understanding when they can get something free or for cheap real quick. And I want to make sure you understand there's some back end things on a domain that you need to know. And we'll talk about that soon. Let's see, turn it into a PDF. Let's see. Hold on before I do that. I want the notes to be visible. I want them to show me the notes. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, convert speaker note. Yes, absolutely. I want y'all to see the notes because the definitions of the notes. Okay, I do custom. Lashonda does custom items such as teas, tumblers, etc. I also want to get into ebook. Yeah, ebooks is pretty cool. It's all about the design and the layout, Lashonda. Now, there's different levels of ebooks, and a lot of people don't talk about it. I have a book on Amazon, but that's another story for another day. Lashonda, message me. I'm gonna tell you what platform to do your books on. I started off as a book publisher. Got a lot of projects out under my belt, ebooks and the whole nine yards. So yeah, Amazon is one of the platforms you can use. But I'm gonna tell you the secret. Matter of fact, I'll do a free assessment. If you send me information, I'm gonna give you a call when I'm done. Give you some tips. As a secret to it. You said ebooks. I like that with an S. That means you have multiple books. I'm big on helping people stand out and get out of the sea of forgetfulness on certain platforms. Let's see. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. All right, let's see. We're gonna take a guess. All right, there we go. Presenter's notes. Okay, we got my ebook going. I mean my PDF. It's fine. So you can put it on the website. Okay, multi-guest, activate them. Let people can join in to ask any questions. So there's a free fall question moment. Now, all right. So if you want to come on and we can talk about some marketing things and jump in the water. You don't have to turn your camera on. Well, I don't think you can anyway. Yeah, you can. You can turn your camera on. Bring your voice. I have an event decorating business that specializes in balloon decor. Right? It's not letting me. It's Lynn. Let's see. Yeah, you're not on the list, Miss Lynn. I don't know why it won't let me invite you up. Let's refresh. Yeah, it doesn't have Miss Lynn. Yeah, feel free to come up if you can. I don't know why. Maybe Miss Lynn, I don't know if you have enough followers. Could that possibly? Let's see. You have 578. Let's see. It said, oh, Miss Lynn's not available anymore. That's what it says anyway. Okay, she's in. You're in what, Miss Lynn? Miss Lynn. Oh, Lynn J7919. Okay, you're in there. Let's follow everybody. Good morning, people. Good morning. Marketing questions. We're taking questions now before we close out. And we'll be closing out in a few minutes. In a minute, too. All right, my friends. I may be back later if I have time today. Actually, no. I have an appointment at 1. I have another one at 5. I don't know, I might sneak in between, working on some things. Working on the logo design too. All right, people. I shall return. But for right now, peace.